Hello everyone, VJ's830 back with another deck review, and today's deck review is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow Playing Cards. And it says that right in front of the box, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow Playing Cards. Um, it is printed by USPC, I believe. It doesn't actually specify. And, well, there was involvement from Derek McGee of Pure Imagination Cards, Chris Chelko of Whispering Imps, who sold it and fulfilled it. And it was designed by a different artist, which I'll get to in a minute. So that's the front of the box. It's pretty nice. I think maybe embossing and or foil would have looked really nice on this. Disappointing that it's not there. Would have made it stand out a bit more. Just is what it is. It says The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. On one side you see a skull and something. I'm not sure what is over here. On the other side, same thing, except there is a pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern and a bat on the other side. The top, again, Sleepy Hollow with a pumpkin and a skull. In the center, there's a little logo that says HS for SH for Sleepy Hollow. Bottom, it says that it's copyrighted to Derek McGee, made in USA. That same SH. It says presented by Chris Chelko, illustrated by JC Desevre, who is from France, and he has illustrated, I believe it was the medallions on 311, and I think there was one other deck. He's done a couple of different things. This is the first one where I think he's done some custom code cards. And it says distributed by Derek McGee, which is weird because Chris Chelko's the one who's actually distributing it, if you will, through his website. You can buy it at whisperinimps.com if you're interested. After the review is done, you might not quite feel that way. Might not feel so interested, but we'll see. It says inspired by the original short story by Washington Irving, published in 1820, made in USA. I think we mentioned that. The back you see, well, kind of the back design. Although from what I've been hearing from people, I posed this question on my Facebook group, they kind of prefer this over the actual back design, and I kind of feel the same way. You'll see why in a bit. There is no seal, which is fine. The flap, it says Sleepy Hollow, some nice little details, and the SH again. Inside you do get an ad card, which is exactly the same as the front of the tuck case, which can also be used as a gaff card, I suppose. Oops. And oh man, forget the gaff card, it's gone. No, here we go. And then the back, you see the back design, which is, it's fine. You see that headless horseman with his axe riding a horse. There is some jack-o'-lanterns in the corners, skulls in the other corners, and the SH at the top and bottom. But if you compare that to what you see in the box, to me, this is a lot better. There's a lot more details that stand out because they're in white instead of everything being like all gold, like you see here. And I just like it better because here, a lot of these details, like the pumpkins, the skulls, the SH, they'll kind of get lost in the details because everything's just gold. You know, I don't understand why so many creators do this, especially you know, at the talk about companies like, well, all the big companies, Blue Crown, and I think the Blue Crown has done that. 311, probably Illusionist, Dan and Dave. I mean, making a deck that's like all gold, all solid like that, it's fine, but they seem to be doing it too much. And with all the details you put in here, all the little things get lost because it just all looks gold. This one, everything stands out a little bit more because it's not all gold. And I would have preferred this a hell of a lot better than this, and so would 99% of the people on my Facebook page, Facebook group. So, just a little minor detail that I wanted to mention. You do also get a double backer, how thoughtful. The Jokers, it's a scarecrow with a jack-o'-lantern head on a post. Nice details along the top and the bottom. You see again Well, there's also a black jack-o'-lantern in the two corners. And you see there's a bit of a texture in here. It kind of looks like a thumbprint, actually, or a fingerprint. But it's a nice little texture detail. The artwork, though, you'll see this in a quote card as well. It seems a little bit small. Like they should have made this bigger to fill in the space. Why make it so small? You know, it just seems weird. The other Joker is exactly the same, except the jack-o'-lanterns are in red. And same with this texture, it's in red. It's a little bit hard to see though, but the Ace of Spades is nice. You see the custom index. And nice little detail bordered around the top and the bottom again. The headless horseman on the horse in the spade tip. It says Sleepy Hollow. You got a pumpkin at the bottom, skulls on the sides, and the SH at the top. And you know, it's fine. The court cards are disappointing. They are repeating court cards. All the kings look like this. It's the headless horseman. Except that the hearts and diamonds are in red. The queens have some girl. And the jacks have a boy. I am highly disappointed by this. Because why? If you're going to put all this effort into creating these beautiful, you know, borders and details and artwork, why not put a little more effort into it and create completely, you know, unique court cards? Why only have 3 figures in the court cards? It seems like they, you know, drew a few cards and they gave up. And that's disappointing to me. This is something I would expect from Dan and Dave, not Whispering Imps. But also considering Derek McGee is involved, at least we got something custom, because usually he just has completely standard faces, as you've seen in his Liz My Lee decks and the Cherries decks and other decks. So at least there's some customization. Then we get onto the number cards. You still get that texture throughout, but no borders, which is a bit disappointing. I'll explain why. And that's this. Look at the indexes. Massive size difference and placement difference in the index. And to me, and the Ace of Spades is the same as well, to me, if you're going to do a deck, it should have the same indexes throughout. If these little details cause a problem, maybe they should have been altered and worked around the index. The index should stay the same throughout the entire deck. There should not be differences, because then it makes it a little bit harder for doing poker peaks and stuff like that, I would think. So, yeah, a bit of disappointment from this deck, for me personally. And again, the court cards, same as the Jokers, a little image, doesn't quite fill in the space. Would have been probably better if it was mirror image to fill up this space. And it just, you know, it seems like he drew these little figures, a guy, a girl, and the Headless Horseman, and then just threw them on the court cards for the sake of it. It just, the whole thing seems like it's an incomplete deck, unfinished, just, you know, thrown together. It is what it is. As far as the art is concerned on this deck, like I said, I'm a bit disappointed. The back design would have been better if it matched this, and I don't know why people don't just put the back design on the back of the box. Why make it different in the first place? Like this would be better, and then they didn't use that for the back design. So, a bit disappointed by that. I'm disappointed with the court cards and the lack thereof. They just, all they did was design the back design. This, which is not much in, there's not much in that anyways. 3 court cards, 1 Joker, and an Ace of Spades. That's like 5 cards they designed, and that's it. There was 12 court cards. It's inexcusable for somebody to not design 12 court cards. If you're going to design a deck, either design 12 court cards or don't design them at all, is my opinion. There's just no reason, with all the custom decks we're seeing nowadays, to design only 3 court cards. It's disappointing, to say the least. But anyways, so with that in mind, and the indexes that are kind of, well, odd because they don't match from card to card, I'm going to say 3 out of 5 for the art. It's just really disappointing to me. As far as usability is concerned, again, the indexes might make it a bit hard to use for playing poker. With all this blank space in here, they could have put suit indicators in the court cards. They didn't. That makes it a teeny bit harder to identify, especially when the image is the same. You have to look at this tiny index to figure out if it's a diamond, if it's a king of diamonds or a king of hearts or queen of spades, queen of clubs. And that shouldn't happen. You should be able to identify it easily, but because they're the same thing, it's not. So, not the best deck for using for playing cards or Magic. So I'll say again 3 out of 5. As for handling, I'm pretty certain I saw that it was printed by USB-C. Bicycle stock, Ericos and Finis. Handles pretty decently after some use. I'll say, 4 out of 5. Overall, I'll give this deck maybe 3.25 out of 5 tops. Could be, a lot better in my opinion. Quite disappointed with it, personally. You don't see that a whole lot nowadays with all these custom decks. It's hard to be disappointed, but I am. That is that. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Check out collectibleplayingcards.com. If they don't have this one available yet, they might have it available in the near future. If you are interested, by all means. And you can use the code VJose32 to get 10% off your order. And if not, there's a lot of other cool decks you can get from there. Based on a short story, and seems like it's short on artwork. That's all I can say. See you next time. Thanks for watching.